I'm Abdoulaye Diabaté. I'm a medical entomologist from l'Institut de recherche en sciences de la santé here in Burkina Faso, and I'm the head of the medical entomology laboratory of the institute. We're here in Bobo Dioulasso. This is the second city of Burkina Faso, and I grew up here. I've been to school also here, and I graduated at the University of Ouagadougou, which is the capital of Burkina Faso. I went abroad in France to do a PhD, and then went after that to the US for a postdoc position. And after the 4 years, I'm back home to my home institute now, working as a scientist, trying really to see how I can help the community to solve the problem of malaria.
I think that Dr. Diabaté is the best. When people are asking me where I'm coming from and who is my supervisor, and I say Dr. Diabaté, they say, okay, I'm very lucky to work with this guy because he's a very hard worker. It's an example, what I can say. It's really an example that we can follow.
Burkina Faso is one of the places in the world where you have the highest malaria prevalence for the simple reason that you have all the ingredients here. The most obvious one is that all the mosquito species that are really efficiently transmitting the disease are found here. Mosquitoes need water to breathe, and unfortunately during the rainy season all over the places here in Burkina Faso you have plenty possibility of breeding, and on top of that the problem is that we're seeing more and more problem of insecticide resistance, and this is really undermining our effort. Here in my laboratory we are dealing with three main axes of research. The first is focused on the population biology of mosquitoes with the ultimate goal of defining the bionomics of mosquito species across Burkina Faso. And then the second axis we really focus on vector control, and here we're looking at insecticide resistance profile across the country. The third is what I will call the socio-anthropology of malaria. What is the attitude of the community toward the disease, and we really want to make sure that any tools are going to be readily accepted by the community and then used to fight malaria. This is one of the greatest moments really in one's life as a scientist, really to know that the kind of work that you're doing for the community, they're really seeing the benefit. For the first time in their life, really they can just come out during the rainy season, sit outside, and then they can chat, which was not really the case before, because I mean the density here is so high that during the rainy season there is no way people can sit outside. So I mean you have so many bites, but now with the activity that we've done, so they're really very happy about it. Before the intervention, what you could really see is that you get in any house here, you have about 900 mosquitoes per house. Just to give you an estimate, if you're in another area where the density is really not that high, you don't have all this rice field, what's going to happen, you're lucky really in these houses if you can get maybe 20 to 50 mosquitoes. So we targeted male, trying to kill in mass male, and fortunately for us, we could see that from 900 mosquitoes per house and per day, we could drop the density to less than 200 mosquitoes.
Le prix décerné à un pays francophone, de plus à une jeune équipe africaine, va certainement nous faire connaître de par le monde et booster la recherche, montrer que quand on croit en la recherche, on peut aller loin. Et on pense que le futur sera très bien avec l'accompagnement du prix Pfizer.
So here we are in Vallée-du-Cou 7, VICA 7, and what you have here behind me is called Mosquitoes Ecology Research Facility. And here we're going to do a lot of experiments on mosquito mating behavior and use it as an entry point, you know, to fight mosquitoes density and then malaria transmission. The Pfizer Prize is going to help us really to focus on male biology. And male area basically has been really very neglected in malaria research for the simple reason that male don't bite. And because they don't bite, hence they don't transmit anything, so nobody really cares about it. But with the rise of insecticide resistance and drug resistance, I think that we really need to be looking at some other side of the research, trying to see if we can come with alternative tools. One of the things which is really very interesting about the mosquito mating behavior is that it's all happen at sunset. Then the male will be flying out. They will gather at specific mating station waiting for female just to mate with the female. Once you've really identified a consistent swarm, you go there day after day, week after week, month after month, even year after year. The same site will be always used by mosquitoes to swarm. The project is for 1 year, and during the first 6 months, we will be going out in 4 different villages. We will be better characterizing mosquito swarm across the different villages, so we have not only the distribution of the swarms, their abundance, but also the number of males participating in the swarm. Once we have this data set, for the next following 6 months, we will be going out again in these different villages to estimate of female density. That means collecting mosquitoes in different houses so that we can estimate the female density. And having these 2 sets of data, we'll try to see how we can correlate them and see how the density of male in swarm can be correlated to the density of female so that we can have a better proxy of female density.
À ma première rencontre avec Dr Diabaté, j'ai été impressionné par les qualités qu'il recèle en tant que chercheur. C'est l'esprit critique, c'est l'esprit d'initiative, c'est l'esprit de curiosité. Il a aussi un esprit de collaboration. Collaborer avec les autres, cela est fondamental. Cela a été confirmé par la suite. Et vous voyez qu'actuellement, nous avons beaucoup de personnes qui tournent autour de Diabaté, qui font la recherche, qui sont encouragées, qui aiment la recherche. Je pense que c'est un bon exemple de chercheur.
I'm really grateful for the Royal Society Pfizer Award for 3 main reasons. The first is that it's going to help me to acquire new equipment, but also, most importantly, to build on human capacity, and which is really critical for the kind of work that I'm doing. And then the second thing is this is really a sort of motivation, not only for myself, but for all young generation of African scientists. If they know that there is this kind of award to acknowledge the work that they are doing, it will push them really to be better scientists. And then the third thing is that the data that we're really going to collect from this award will help us to tackle malaria.